And please don't forget to watch my deck walkthrough series. You'll find that interesting as well. So I'm starting off with the cards with January. I have done it so that I've done one energy card, one archetypal card, one tarot card, and one angel advice card. So let's begin. So you've got individuality coming in over here. So you are really acting by yourself, for yourself, and you are displaying your individuality, really, how powerful you are as a person, and you have come into your own after going through a really difficult cycle. You've got the child eternal over here, which says determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, and ability to see things with fresh eyes. So you've definitely learned a lot of lessons, and you're coming into your own. And although you've gone through so much, it's not made you jaded. So you're pretty much looking at things with fresh eyes, but also appreciating it and appreciating the things that you have. You've got the Six of Cups over here and the Five of Air. Now, what's going on with the Six of Cups? If you're starting something, please don't abandon it prematurely. Make sure that you see it through to the end. Don't let your emotions run away with you. You've got the Sun in Aries. Ego can be a big thing in life. So make sure that you're not being very egotistical. You might, with the Six of Cups, it's also talking about going into the past and looking at the past. There might be some friends coming in or reuniting with old friends. But basically in this deck, it does talk about not abandoning projects and making sure that you see things through to the end. You've got the Five of Air over here, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation and review everybody's motives. So you might be dealing with people that are not quite for you. Now with the Six of Cups, it might be people, family, or friends that you're dealing with that are giving you a little bit of grief over here and causing a bit of chaos in your life. They're not being very, very nice. Maybe somebody in your family or some of your friends from the past or people that you're dealing with that you knew from childhood are causing a lot of problems by what they're saying. They're saying hurtful things. So just be aware. This is not a time, to be making big decisions over here. And, it's not a time for you to actually stand up to fight. Maybe it's a time for you to just walk away from this argument, because maybe, with the Five of Air, it's like something that you can't win. You can't really win a fight with these people. They seem to have the upper hand, so you might need to just walk away from that. But if you have any projects, maybe, abandoning it is not really something you should be doing right now. Maybe sticking up, for whatever projects you're doing is the best thing to go to do, and carry on with whatever you believe in. You need to act with that individuality. Maybe they don't like what you're doing at the moment and they want you to leave it or walk away from it, but you know best. If you feel that this is something that you can do and you can achieve, you must do it. So whatever problems they're causing or whatever criticism they have, because the Five of Air is really a lot of people being very critical about what you're doing, you hang there. If you know that you can actually accomplish, it is something that you should hang in there and do it and not abandon it prematurely. So maybe they're just being very critical and not seeing the bigger picture. They're not seeing what you're seeing, and that's why they might be being very nasty about the whole thing. But if you feel that this is what you want to do, then act with individuality and do it. Complete it. That's going on in January. Now in February, we've got nature. Seeker, Five of Wands, and you've got Six of Earth. So it looks like, getting back to nature, spending some time with nature, maybe taking a little bit of a break to get through the stress. You've got the Seeker over here, so you're looking for, maybe you want to start a new course, a new project, or start a new journey, do something completely different that takes you away. You might want to do some traveling as well with this Seeker card. You can see this man is walking across this desert, so doing something brand new, making new footprints in the soil. So you want to start something that you haven't done before. Maybe this is the reason why people are being very critical in January, because they are aware that you do want to start something new, and they're just being nasty about the whole thing. But you hang in there. If this is what you want to do, then you should be doing this. If it involves more travel, then this is something that you need to do for your own personal growth. Excuse me. You can see you are facing a lot of conflict, and you're having to stand up and defend yourself in what you're doing. You may have to do this in your work situation. You've got Saturn there in Leo, Saturn talking about work, Leo talking about your personal wealth or your ego. So whatever people are saying, they're trying to bring down your confidence, and you need to stand up for yourself, and just tell them that this is not something that you are going to tolerate. So you do need to stand up for yourself and defend yourself. You've got the Six of Earth over here, so you've got gifts of money, time, or effort, a new career opportunity, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. So it looks like you do want to make a fresh start, or you want to change careers. Maybe this is why people are against it. But it looks like, it will be successful. It looks like a new career opportunity coming your way, and it looks like you will be receiving, a lot more money in this new career. So whatever conflict people are causing around you, you need to actually just ignore them, defend yourself, and move on to do whatever you want to. So you need to show that you have, you are an individual, and you can do things for yourself and make decisions for yourself. So in March, you've got Compassion over here, Shapeshifter, the High Priestess, and Justice. So it looks like, maybe you just have to compromise with whatever everybody's got to say, and, just not take anything to heart. The Shapeshifter card showing that you might have to, like I said, compromise, or just go with the flow. You might need to adapt to that situation, and you have to see the potential in everything. So any little opportunity that comes your way, you've got to think big as well with the Shapeshifter card. The High Priestess card showing that things are going to change for the better. There might be some studying involved with the High Priestess card. It's a card ruled by the moon. So, maybe further courses or further studying, but it also looks like you're waiting for things to happen. You're waiting for something to change. Any information, you keep it to yourself, and don't divulge information unless necessary. But it also shows that you might be acquiring information. So you might be going for some sort of course, some sort of studying. There's the Justice card coming in over here. So some decision coming up for you, some judgment being made, and make sure you're defending yourself. This is generally something that will go your way, but make sure that you are standing up for yourself and defending yourself. So some judgment coming in for you in March. There could be a legal issue there. In April, you've got love partnership coming in. Dilettante, Prince of Wands, and you've got renewal. So, it looks like there's a big change coming in for you. It looks like you might be meeting somebody, and that's going to be a love partnership. So that coming in for you, and that will allow you to enjoy and appreciate the more beautiful things in life. So a very aesthetic kind of relationship, a very artistic kind of relationship, and allowing you to relax and, do the things that Librans do, which is really enjoy the arts, going out a bit, maybe going and enjoying yourself. So it looks like this new love relationship coming in for you as well. You've got the the Prince of Wands over here, which says philosopher, rebel, player. So it looks like, this could also be a card of travel, but, there's a lot of expansion. You've got Sagittarius over here that is talking about expansion of the mind. It's a fire card, so you've got a lot of energy over there and a lot of movement and maybe some travel. So maybe you and this new person that you meet will go out on a trip together, but you're all very much enjoying the finer things in life. And this person is injecting a lot of energy and a lot of love for life back in your life again. You've got the renewal card of year 20, which is review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the fact it's time to move in a new direction. So it looks like you meet this person, you can see there's a family over there. It looks like this person brings in a big change to your life, and you decide to take a different pathway in life. You've looked at all the lessons you've learned, and now you're starting afresh with this person. It looks like it's going to be a love relationship, a love partnership, but it allows you to move in a new direction. And it looks like it's going to be a very a very good relationship, actually. You're reviewing all the things that you've done. There's a favorable assessment of facts, meaning that there is some success over here. And it looks like, a renewal, a change in direction in life coming for you, a resurrection of old feelings, old ideas, or maybe a resurrection of happiness that you haven't had in a long time coming back into your life again. And that's going on in April. So in May, you've got perseverance, a pioneer, the Five of Pentacles, and the World card. So it looks like whatever's happening as far as your work goes, there is some stability over there, but whatever project you're doing, make sure that you are, persevering in it. So keep going with it. It looks like there will be success. You are doing things for the first time. You're bringing in new ideas. There's a pioneer card over here. So starting something and bringing something new into the world. And this is what your duty is at this particular time. So you're bringing in some new ideas, some new facts, and people are recognizing it as being groundbreaking, something very different. There might be a bit of financial problems going on over here, so you don't overspend. You've got Mercury in Taurus over here, so make sure you're thinking very carefully when you're handling your money. You need some financial management going on over here. There will be some help coming in. You've got this shooting star, so everything is not lost. This is just a fleeting energy, so make sure you're watching your finances and planning very carefully. This is a card where you need to plan so that you don't land up in financial difficulties. And you've got the World over here, a job well done, contentment, gratitude, a path towards enlightenment. Now, the World card is ruled by Saturn, and it's a card of achievement. So you are going to achieve everything that you want within your work, and the money will come in, but it will require a lot of hard work. So make sure that you're thinking or planning your finances very carefully, but your job is very stable. It's a form of stability. You might be moving to a new job. Maybe the old job doesn't pay very well. The World usually talks about the end of cycles. So you could be ending that job because it's not paying well, and you might be starting something new, maybe an end of an old work cycle and something's brand new starting. It's a job well done, and it looks like after the cycle, something new will come in that will be better for you, probably because, the World ends old kind of ideas and brings you into the new. It brings you into the energy of the Fool, starting brand new, something brand new, and being very enthusiastic about it. So it looks like maybe that old job is not paying too well, and there might be a change of work or change of job, or maybe a promotion coming on in May. Now in June, we've got leadership. So it looks like the World card comes in over here, and it looks like you are going to be changing jobs or getting some kind of promotion, because you've got the leadership card coming in following that in June. So it looks like you're being promoted to a position of leadership. You've got the God card over here, the Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Water. So this is really good because you've got a leadership position coming in over here. The God card showing that, there is divine intervention. So you are being helped, and, make sure that you are praying and meditating as well. But it looks like you are being helped by external forces that get you into wherever you need to go to. So don't be disheartened if everything looks like it's not working out. It looks like you are being guided. Now, with the Seven of Cups, you're being presented with a lot of options. Make sure that you're thinking very clearly. So it looks like you change jobs and there's a lot of options available for you, but make sure you pick the proper option, not one based on, you don't be frivolous when you're picking. Make sure that you're picking one that pays you very well. And watch out for, things appearing to be too good to be true, because they generally will be too good to be true. The Seven of Cups talks about poisonous illusions. So some things might be really good and some things might be really bad for you to do. So make sure that you're thinking very carefully, planning very carefully before you make a decision about which choice you want. And then you've got the Nine of Cups over here, which is a wish come true. So you're going to get what you want, but you must be very, very, very sure about what you're doing, or be very discerning when you're picking whatever option you have to pick, and you will get your wish fulfillment. You will get adequate finances, and it will pay well, and it looks like it's going to be some kind of leadership position. And there is divine intervention because you've got the God card over here. So in June, things look like they're going your way in a really nice way. You're going to get your wish fulfillment, but be very, very, very discerning. So you've got a relationship change coming up in July. Over here, it looks like It looks like, there's a lot of going out, having a lot of partying over there. You are still very, very tied to that work. You might feel a bit restricted as well. Maybe that relationship that you are in, or have you started, maybe making you feel a bit tied up. Maybe you and your partner are not getting on too well. Maybe you feel like they're being a bit dominating or domineering. You seem to want to go out and have a lot of fun with this Don Juan. Maybe there's a new love interest that comes in. Now you've got the Five of Earth over here. You've got a little bit of fear surrounding money as well. So in July, there seems to be a little bit of a change going on over here. There may be a little bit of problems within that relationship. Maybe you want to go out a little bit more. Maybe your work is also tying you up a bit, because this is a card ruled by Capricorn, and Capricorn generally rules your work life. And with the Five of Earth, you might be feeling like you're not making sufficient money, and there might be an unforeseen expense coming in July. So just be careful of that. Make sure that you're not overspending throughout the year, and keep money aside so that you don't end up in this position of Five of Earth where you have a financial need. So in August, we've got teaching and learning, child wounded. You've got the Emperor card over here and the Ace of Water. So teaching and learning, maybe you're going back into studying, maybe you're having to do some retraining, or maybe you're having to improve your skill set. That coming up. You've got the child wounded over here, which says this is also a learning card, and it's also needing to forgive others for things that they've said or done. So maybe forgiving your parents, or forgiving people who make you feel bad. So it's actually, maybe it's things that were childhood memories that upset you, and maybe you need to bring in some forgiveness in your life in order for you to move forward. Maybe that's part of the learning curve. Maybe you have children and now you realize that your parents didn't do such a bad job, and maybe you need to forgive certain things from the past in order for you to move forward. Now you've got the Emperor card over here, which is a card of Aries over here. So you might be dealing with an Aries person over here who's being very, very pushy. And maybe they're saying things that are bringing up old memories or old hurts. So this person is kind of being a bit bossy and bullying you and making you do things that you don't particularly like, and you're not very, very impressed with that energy. You've got the Ace of Water over here, so it seems like maybe you wanted to start a new relationship. Maybe this person is from an old relationship, and they're stirring up a little bit of problems, but it looks like you want something new to come in, and maybe a new relationship coming your way. Maybe this person is also coming in and bringing an apology. Maybe they did something, and the Ace of Water, the Ace of Cups, also speaks about an apology. This could also be a new home, so maybe you want to buy some new property. But it looks like maybe this person over here with this Emperor card is bringing in maybe an apology. Maybe they did something to you in the past, and they're needing to apologize for things that they have done. Maybe they've said something that was very hurtful to you, and now they're coming in and offering an apology for whatever they did wrong. There's a big change coming in September for you. So you've got this card, a 5 card. It's a big change. You've got the Warrior over here, so it's got you up in arms over here. So something happens that causes you to take on that role of being protector or trying to defend yourself. It's got something to do with your relationship over here. You've got the Two of Cups. So maybe you meet somebody. Maybe this is a renewal of an old relationship. But a big change coming in within that relationship in September. And you've got the Three of Water over here. There's a celebration. So it looks like whatever change is coming in over here, you are, you're defending yourself, or you're defending your relationship as well. This relationship is pretty good. You enjoy this person, and there could be a marriage going on over here. So it's a celebration, a wedding, a graduation, a birth announcement, a need to have more fun. There's some sort of celebration going on over here. If you're already married, this could be a birth of a new child. This could also be going to somebody's wedding. You can see the Two of Cups. Maybe you're going to a friend's wedding over here, a reunion. This could be your wedding as well. This could well be the case that you're attending some sort of celebration involving a marriage. There you've got Venus in Cancer over here, so it's talking about, Venus is about love, Cancer is about the home. This could be, finally settling down with somebody, a partner, and maybe attending a wedding or maybe getting married as well. But it's definitely bringing about a big change in your life. And that's going on in September. So in October, you've got forgiveness, a saboteur, the Six of Wands, and the High Priestess. So something's happened that you had to forgive. There's an air of forgiveness here, an energy of forgiveness. So maybe a person coming and apologizing to you with this Emperor and this Ace of Water, and maybe you need to forgive this person for whatever's gone down. You've got a saboteur over here, highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes that you bring in your life. So, you need to not be your worst enemy in this month. You need to be very positive, and you have to have behaviors that are, bring about growth rather than anything that causes any problems. So maybe forgiveness is something that needs to be brought in so that you can move on rather than the other person. This is something that's going to empower you. You've got the High Priestess over here. So listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully before you act. So it looks like, you are waiting for things to change. You might be going back into studying as well, but there's a lot of information that needs to come to light. So a lot of secrets have been kept over here, and maybe this is the time that these secrets might start coming to light. It was also a time that says, you have to listen to yourself to do things and try not to be your worst enemy by causing, any problems. Be positive in your thinking. Don't be negative. And you will have victory with the Six of Wands over here. So, if you forgive this person and move on, you will be taking the higher road, and people will see you as somebody, that they can respect. So maybe it's time to forgive, forget, and move on in this month. But there's definitely a victory over here, and a lot of recognition coming in as well. Maybe this is in your work life, because you've got the rods over here. So whatever project you're doing, you're going to be very victorious in, and people looking at you with new eyes. This also spurs you on to going into studying or going into learning, or you could become a teacher, training people as well with this High Priestess card. But definitely rely on your own intuition, and you have a lot of knowledge that you've acquired that you might be giving out to people. So you might be taking on the role as a teacher during this particular month.